One cruise line is making changes to their beverage package that you're probably not going to like very much at all. Plus, I'm going to tell you exactly how you can live and work on board a cruise ship for 3 years, and it's only going to cost you like $85 a day. And Norwegian Cruise Line's President Frank Del Rio continues to take the line down the drain. Let's roll the intro. Hey, welcome to the Midships channel. I'm your Captain Corey, and thank you so much for stopping by the channel today. Once again, welcome aboard the beautiful MSC Meraviglia. We are in Ocean Key today. Some people may say Ocean K. It is a beautiful sunny day here, getting ready to go out and enjoy the beach. But first, it's time to drop that sweet, sweet cruise news, and let's get started with some changes going down at MSC. This cruise line right here, when I boarded the ship, the beverage package, well, it was a nice, affordable $38 a day for their mid-tier beverage package. Unfortunately, as of yesterday, that price has gone up between $10 and $20 across the board for the MSC Cruise Line's beverage packages. Now, there are some interesting things here to note. One thing is that this may not affect a whole lot of cruisers, because if you book at the right time of year with MSC, well, the beverage package is already included in your booking, so it's really not going to be an issue for you. Now, the other thing that is changing is the gratuities will now be lumped into this pricing. So really, this increase is not as big as some of the news purveyors may make it sound, because you already paid nearly that extra $10 in gratuities on top of the package anyways. So just note that you're going to see different pricing if you go into your cruise planner and try to add on the drink package now with MSC. The other thing to remember here is that this is going to be a sliding price scale depending on what part of the world you're cruising in and depending on how long your sailing is. So shorter sailings may have a cheaper beverage package, whereas a longer sailing, it might be more expensive, which kind of seems the opposite of what I would think would be what you'd want to do. Because these short cruises, they're inexpensive. It's like the perfect booze cruise, right? And the longer cruises, you take like a transatlantic crossing. I don't think everybody wants to get sloshed every night for 12 to 14 nights in a row. Just my opinion, that's how I live my life. What you do is up to you, but that's the deal here with MSC Cruise Line. Prices are on the rise, just like with several other cruise lines. We're going to talk about one. Now, before we get into the details on how you can live on a cruise ship for the next 3 years for $85 a day, I need to remind you that my channel is solely supported by viewers like you. I would really appreciate if you subscribe to the channel. And if you want to take it one step further, if you love cruising as much as I do, well, why don't you check out the best cruise essentials ever on Amazon? If you didn't already know, every time I cruise, I buy something on Amazon, take it with me, test it out, and if it's good, it goes in that store. Things like this little fan. This thing is great. It was like 12 bucks. Check it out. There's a link in the description down below. Really helps the channel out. Now, let's talk about this 3-year cruise. Can you imagine that? Living on a ship full-time for 3 years, visiting all 7 continents, 375 cruise ports, 135 different countries. This is an exciting, exciting cruise. And yeah, it may be affordable, it may be unaffordable. It depends on how you look at it. Now, pricing for this cruise starts at about $2,500 per month, which works out to be about 90 grand, which is a lot of money. But if you really think about it, you're paying about $85 a day to be on this around the world cruise. You're going to every cruise port that you can really imagine. Now, the line that's operating this, it's called Murray Cruises, and they're taking an older ship. She's called the MV Gemini. She was built in 1992, and they're really retrofitting this ship. They're making it for the sort of digital nomad kind of worker almost. You know, throughout the 2020 era, a lot of people ended up being able to work remotely, and this is the perfect opportunity for someone like that to hop on a ship. They're putting in a world-class business center, 14 private offices, meeting spaces, high-speed internet, everything. And it sounds like this all comes with your cruise fare, which is fantastic. What an amazing opportunity that this world cruise has to offer for the right kind of customer. Okay, let's move on to some more cruise news. We need to talk about Norwegian Cruise Line. Yeah, that cruise line that I had my worst cruise ever with just 2 weeks ago, they have posted a major financial loss yet again, totaling, oh, this is a big number, $673 million for the year 2022. Now, their CEO, Frank Del Rio, has really changed a lot of things with the cruise line. The Norwegian of today is nothing like the Norwegian of 2019, 2020 era. And I'm going to read you a quote from Frank Del Rio. He says, 2022 was an eventful year as we successfully completed our year-long Great Cruise comeback. We welcomed our newest ship, the Norwegian Prima, to our world-class fleet, and we also achieved several key milestones in the post-global illness recovery. Now, that's really nice and great, Frank, but you really kind of glossed over the fact that during this Great Cruise comeback, you took away a ton of service, you cut back a lot of positions for your crew members on your ship, and you raised the rates to boot. So Norwegian Cruise Line has sort of put themselves in a catch-22 where their revenue has doubled just in the last quarter, over 200% revenue doubling. That's amazing, but for some reason they just can't get their costs down or figure things out. Maybe their CEO is just making too much money. It's interesting, but let me know your thoughts on Norwegian Cruise Line in the comments below. Have you recently sailed them? Do you have a different opinion to me? I'm very interested in hearing about it. And while I'm reading those comments, I'd like you to think about joining me on my group cruise. If you didn't know, I'm hosting a 6-night cruise out of Miami on June 11th on the brand new Carnival Celebration. We're heading down to Cozumel, Costa Maya, and Mahogany Bay. If you'd like more information on how you can get on board and take a cruise along with me, well, there's a Facebook link down in the description below this video. You can check out all the pricing. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel today. Once again, make sure you get subscribed, and until tomorrow, we'll see ya on the Midships. Having a really good time here on board the Miravilia. Got a chance to see all the ships in Nassau, Bahamas yesterday. Boy, were there some ships there yesterday. We had 2 Oasis class ships, Harmony of the Seas, Wonder of the Seas. The Carnival Mardi Gras, one of their flagship Excel class vessels, was there, as well as the flagship for Celebrity Cruise Line, the Beyond. The Miravilia was in port, and the Celebrity Reflection. So there's a possibility that yesterday was the record-setting day for number of cruise passengers in Nassau, Bahamas. It remains to be seen the final count, but I'm going to be keeping an eye out because there's a pretty good chance that we might have been there on the busiest day ever in Nassau, Bahamas. All right, I got to run out to the beach. It's calling my name. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for sticking through all the way to the end.
La 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 la